Hey friends, in this video, I'm gonna explain to you how to get a significantly lower interest rate on a house if buying a house is something that you are thinking about doing but are reluctant to do because of the high interest rates. Right now, on a standard 30-year conventional loan, you're looking at close to 8%. Some lenders are gonna be a little bit above that, some maybe slightly below, but 8% is basically what you're looking at. These properties that would have cost you $2,000 a month couple of years ago are now $3,000 a month plus. You're going to have a really difficult time finding a property anywhere in the Denver metro that you're not spending $3,000 a month on unless there's something really wrong with it or it's very, 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 very small, like a one-bedroom condo. So how do we get a lower interest rate? There are three things I want to point out in this video. One, you can buy down your interest rate. So what that means is when you get a loan for a property, if you give the lender extra money, and it depends on how much you want to buy down your rate, they will lower your interest rate. I would not recommend going that route right now, and the reason for that is because you're essentially paying to get a lower rate when in 2 years, interest rates could be down to 6%, maybe less. You could just refinance your loan at that time. If you did that, you would essentially lose all that money that you spent up front, so it's not worth doing. Also, in a situation where you would buy down your rate, it's only beneficial if you're going to stay in the house for a long time. If you're only going to live there for a year or two, or even less than 5 years, in most cases, it's not worth buying down the rate because you're not going to have enough time to see the difference in how much you're spending a month compensate for the money that you paid up front on the front end to buy down that rate. Number two, builders. There are a lot of builders right now that are offering incentives. I get emails and phone calls frequently, 4.5%, 5%, 6% on new builds. A lot of builders are offering incentives through their preferred lender right now to get a lower rate. Essentially what's happening is they're buying down your rate for you. You're not spending the money on it, they are. Builders and people that are selling their houses, particularly this winter and or into early next year, it's gonna be tough for them. I'm telling you guys, the market's gonna take a bit of a downturn, a little bit of a downturn between now and the end of the winter, okay? And builders are a part of this. They want to sell these properties. They can't just hang on to them forever. You can get a good deal with some of these builders. If you want to know who those builders are, let me know. I can point out some options. The last option is a loan that you can get that has a 4.125% interest rate, no money down, no mortgage insurance. It is the best loan that you can get. You're not going to beat that. It's the best loan you can get. There are a few stipulations. You have to make below a certain amount of money. It depends on what county the property's in. But roughly, if you're a single person, if there's just one person in your family, it's roughly under $80,000 to $90,000 a year, depending on what county the property is in, okay? If you have more people in your family, that number goes up. The other stipulation is that it has to be in a rural area. It cannot be within the Denver metro. So it is going to be anywhere in the mountains is fine. North of Denver, Dacono, Frederick, Fort Lupton, Platteville, northern parts of Brighton, the east side of the Denver metro, Watkins, Strasburg, Bennett, and the southeast and southwest portions of the Denver metro, Franktown, Elizabeth. On the west side, you have Morrison, Conifer, Bailey, some of those areas. Castle Rock, between Denver and Colorado Springs, there's not really much available there because it's kind of a continuous area from here to Colorado Springs. So if you make below a certain amount of money and the property is in a rural area, you could potentially qualify for this loan. If you want more information about that, let me know. I'm happy to go through that with you and explain what this is. But these are three ways that you can potentially get a lower interest rate, bring your monthly payment down, and in the third option I gave you, not even have a down payment at all. But there's certain criteria you have to meet to qualify for the last option. So let me know if you guys have any questions, if you want to know any more information about anything I just mentioned. I'm always here to help. My number is 720-235-7388. Have a great night.